What up, friends? Geoff Fienberg back here with you for another edition of PGA Tour picks on oddschecker.com/US. I've already posted a video with Rick Gehman at Rick Run Good. We took a deeper look at the field, shared our thoughts on outright wagers for this week in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, staple on tour, very familiar with this course and what it takes to win there. So hopefully we can find some props here to help cash. And I got a couple more outrights, but I've already made 5 outright selections in the video with Rick Gehman. It's all up there on my odds checker page. Go check that out. The video in YouTube. Me and Rick, we always have a blast doing it. This was a really fun field to talk about and a really fun betting card to build. A lot of really, I mean, when the favorite pretty much starts at 20-1, and it's a nice strong field. I really enjoyed building a card of guys sort of between 28 and 50-1 this week. So go check that out. On to the props. Right out of the gate, I'm going to invest in Taylor Gooch. Gooch has been so kind to me this year. I actually bet him last week before he withdrew. That was fully refunded, but we were on him at the Fortnite Championship just a couple weeks ago, where he finished he was T5 at the Fortnite. He was 6th in the field and in tee to green. He seems to be playing these. I really do enjoy this field. And it might be stronger than some of the fields I'm referencing in this comment, but Gooch has really played these events quite well. These lesser field events, his ability to just create birdie opportunities and convert on them at courses like this have been really beneficial. And, you know, maybe there are other ways you would want to bet Gooch. Maybe you want to roster him in DFS, what have you. But for me, it's Taylor Gooch plus 390 using the odds checker grid. And that comes in as low as plus 225. That plus 390 over at FanDuel. FanDuel's got some really nice T20 numbers this week, especially when comparing them using that grid. So FanDuel coming up with a plus 390. Compare that to the plus 225s you're seeing on the grid. Easy to pull the trigger there for me on Gooch. Next pick, quite surprised, like a lot of people, I think, this week who ran some numbers, their own numbers, looked at other people's numbers, and a name that was consistently finding his way into top 10, top 15, top 20 on a lot of modeling was Ian Poulter. And Ian Poulter's never played here before, so on a course that, you know, there are a lot of guys, and I like to think I've bet some of them with great familiarity on this golf course. Poulter isn't one of them, but he brings that ultimate equalizer in the putter and plus 390 as well. Thank you, FanDuel, because this one coming in at plus 240 at a low point on the odds checker grid. So another example, using that T20 grid and seeing FanDuel coming up with some really quality numbers. We're going to cash on that. Ian Poulter T20 plus 390 over at FanDuel. Scott Piercy, Vegas resident Scott Piercy, tempted to have even made the outright pull on Piercy. He'd be in that 150, 125 range on the grid. Plus 450, though, for the T20. That's where we're going to go with Piercy this week. The Vegas resident. He has 8 top 25s on this golf course since since 2008. I want to say his last 12 runs on this golf course. He has 8 T20s, a miscut last week. Maybe that gets us, keeps this number in the triple digits for those looking for that outright. But he was 11th in the timeout before that. We saw him play well at T5 at the Barracuda. He showed up at the Wyndham for a T15. So these sorts of lesser run events as we filled the end of the season, he's been playing quite well. And now he goes to maybe his favorite course, his home course. A course that he is quite familiar with and how they'll set it up for the PGA Tour event at Summerlin. I'm going to be like 12 minutes away from these guys on the strip this week in Vegas. Will I actually get to the golf course? I don't know. You know, you're only in Vegas for a couple days. It's been a long time. I don't know that I actually want to go watch PGA Tour golf. I don't know if I'll be in any condition to watch PGA Tour golf, but that is where we at. I guess we'll finish the prop card with my super exotic. Should be no secret to my longtime viewers on this one. It has not come into the winner's circle at all, but we'll keep kicking that can. Viktor Hovland to win this event by 3 strokes or more. If he wins by 3 or more, 80-1. This bet is in the Your Odds section over at Will Hill. I guess it's a Geoff Fienberg special. They enjoy putting it up because I keep donating on it, but I do believe Victor's wins are coming, and they're coming by a touchdown. They're coming by a touchdown. I'm still investing in that. He is one of the co-favorites this week. I would not be surprised to see him catch a runaway train at a course like this that is conducive to guys going low, getting hot. They don't even need to be great putters. So Vic by 3, 80-1 is the number we are rolling there. And a couple outright ads. I'll be quick with both of them. Peer pressure, twist my arm. This is a bad sign for a guy going to Vegas, that he's succumbing to peer pressure days before the trip. And what do I mean by that? I'm wagering Mito Pereira, 66-1 on that odds checker grid. The peer pressure could have been to Matthew Wolff, but I actually have more belief in Mito finding his way into the winner's circle this week. An incredibly popular pick. You can obviously see why. The guy just keeps turning up. And for a player who's never won before on the PGA Tour, I actually believe he brings legitimate win equity to the table. You can't win as much as he did on Korn Ferry. Arguably, you can make a case it's the second best tour on the planet, but let's just say we don't need to debate or rank tours. But if you can win 3 times in a season on Korn Ferry, you can win anywhere on planet Earth. You're good enough to win and play anywhere. For me, it'll be Mito. I'll cash 66-1 using that OC grid, seeing it as low as 50s now when checking out the grid. So yeah, you got me, everybody. I'm on Team Mito. Watch it be Team Wolff, who, much like Mito, before he ever won, you acknowledge, no, this kid's a winner. This guy's a natural born winner. This guy knows what it's like to go low and win. So, you know, for the same reasons, people like betting on Wolff and like betting him very early when he showed up. And people still want to go back to the Wolff well on a course that really does work out for him. So I'm in no place I'm certainly not here to besmirch people who have gone on Wolff. I know a lot of people betting Wolff and Mito. I said too much on that. Lastly, you got me. Ricky Fowler, 100-1. I can't resist. It's a new season. It's a new year. Desert golfer. I don't know. Like, I'm maybe trying to make a crazy link in my head that he loves Phoenix so much. Maybe he'll really enjoy Vegas. He does have a nice track record here, especially with the flat stick, as Rick pointed out to me in our longer video. Go find that in the feed. And hey, it's Ricky, which means I have to make a donation to charity because I'm wagering on Ricky, and that's an easy one. Shriners Hospital for Sick Children. You know, sort of like St. Jude's. They have me. I'm more happy to donate to them than I am to wager on Ricky Fowler, but it always feels good. And if you don't know what to do with your last units this week on the PGA Tour, never hurts to make a donation, get a little good vibe, and maybe some karma can come up your way as well. I am Geoff Fienberg. Those have been my picks. We got three top 20s, that Vic exotic, and we're adding some longer shots to the outright card. I'll be back next week breaking down more PGA Tour with Rick Rungood, Rick Gehman, here at oddschecker.com/US. Use that grid, find the best numbers. When we win, let's just make sure we're cashing the biggest number, because hitting golf bets, it's a lot harder than trying to pick a 50-50 football game. It's different. So when we win, let's make sure we bring it all home with us, and that's what that odds checker grid allows us to do. Like, sub, comment, supports me, supports odds checker, all that fun stuff. I'm out. We'll see you next week. Let's get it.